What is going on, YouTube? AJ here, doing another Let's Play. Final Fantasy XIV on a line on the Behemoth server. And let's get started right away. Last we left you, and we were right up against a experience. Yeah, 50 experience was that? I think we might pass. Last we left you, we were right up against a maintenance. That was Sunday night? Monday night? Whatever that was. And we just barely got to level 15. So now we could continue our... rogue quests and the main storyline as well. So that's cool. That is cool. This is doing some messing around. Long day at work for me. Really long day. Yesterday was 13 hours. Today was 12 hours. So yeah. Long work days, but we were doing some messing around, and while we were at work, we decided to do another search. We were searching for video editing software, because we do have about 80 gigs of videos that we want to edit, but we've been kind of lazy about it. And looking online, there's a bunch of options. And I tried, I think, 2 of them, and they were just really too advanced for me. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. Fooling around with it, I had no idea that Windows 11 came with a, I think it's Windows 11, Clipchamp. Which I fooled around with it for 10 minutes, and it's amazing. It's perfect, exactly what I'm looking for. So that problem solved. When we get some time, we'll edit some videos together. I'm just kind of forced to do it now because 80 gigs is like a game. It's like a big game that I'm just storing on my SSD. That doesn't need to be there. Okay. Purgatory. Just the mort I was hoping to see. What's a mort? We've some nasty trouble brewing. The client is on his way, so sit tight and pay attention. I'm calling Underfoot and the Stray in on this as well. It'll be a right little rogue family reunion. Jack, the client's here. Our guest has come here from the Maelstrom Command with confidential orders direct from the Admiral herself, so ye know this won't be a simple job. I'm afraid your guildmaster speaks truly. 'Twas several days ago when an emaciated man stumbled into our camp seeking aid. Upon questioning the poor fellow, we discovered that he had narrowly escaped a life of slavery. Maybe he was emancipated. He claimed that pirates had raided his village, abducting him and many others to sell on the black market auction block. We dispatched a patrol to confirm the tale and found the village almost completely destroyed. 'Twas a meager settlement without so much as a guardhouse. Thus did its unkind fate escape our notice until now. You'd think these pirates never even heard of the code. Pillaging honest culls and dipping their wicks into the slave trade, they're headed the right way for a good stabbing. Aye, though it ain't set down in so many wids, the code's notoriously unforgiving against those who raise weapons against the weak. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to auto-translate pirate from now on. After all, the first pirates in these parts were Coles, what was fleeing oppression in the northern seas. Ignore your history, and you risk becoming what it is you hated most. So you've got a mark for us then? That we do. From the descriptions given to us by the escaped villagers, we've determined that these lawbreakers are members of the Jolly Merchants, a pirate crew in possession of an official privateering license. It would appear, however, that the privateering has been naught but a screen behind which they hide their illicit activities. One can only imagine how many other Liminsin citizens have fallen prey to these wicked slavers. And we've let it all happen under our very noses. Naturally, the Admiral desires a swift resolution to this ignominy. I've never heard that word. But merely tracking down those poor souls who have already been sold is proving heavily taxing to our allocated resources. We could throw more soldiers at the problem, but that runs the risk of drawing the small folks' attention and inciting undue panic. Thus do we come to the Rogues Guild for help. We ask that you eliminate the Jolly Merchants and liberate the villagers presently in their custody, and that you do so under the utmost discretion. Consider it done. When those nasty coves feel our short blades pricking into their backs, they'll enjoy but a brief moment of regret before the code is rightly enforced. All right, let's get to work. I'll be going after the Jolly Merchant myself. Underfoot v. Cabe, you two lend your skills to the Maelstrom's investigation and see what you could whittle about the coals what have already been sold. Purgatory, you're coming with me. I think you're ready for your next step of your education. It's so much nicer not to talk in pirate. Shall we get after these slaven cutthroats then? Our client tells me the Jolly Merchantman set sail for Aleport a few bells ago. Oh, aye, they might even board an Imperial ship or two, but that's just some mummery they're putting on to amuse the Admiral's swads. I reckon the rest of the crew'd be back on land, looking to snap the shackles on a fresh herd of chattel. And just to prove my theory right, one of them jolly bastards got himself spotted creeping about the Ruffmans in Lower Lenosia. There's a Bene Cove over at the Morby dry docks by the name of Swarsint. What'll likely know the full story. He's more of a shipwright than a rogue these days, but he keeps his glazes keen for the guild. Head over and have yourself a prattle, and I'll join you soon like. So yeah, we're going to try to use, what was it called? Clip something? I forgot already. Oh. Well, let's go get to the main story quest. Hopefully there's no pirate talk there. We'll use sprint. Yeah, I forgot the ones that I tried to use before, but it was just very not intuitive. I'm like, I want this to go here. I should be able to, like, put this here. And it was like, no, you need to write code. I mean, video editing shouldn't be simple, but it also shouldn't be, like, insane. Greetings, madame, and welcome to our fair city. If you would permit me to examine the seal on the missive you carry. Yes, everything seems to be in order. My apologies. We cannot afford to be complacent, you understand. Please step this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you. This way. I bid you welcome. I am Melvib Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
A memorial service to honor the fallen. Seven hells. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp? It was in answer to meet the imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail Van Darnus, Hell's Taken, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser moon Dalamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to Cartano Flats, and there we met the 7th Imperial Legion in battle. Never I've seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I've seen full many. But though we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort, we could not prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared a little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Luiso still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on these unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. For while our nation struggled to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. Damn it all, we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short, and none will save us, save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Ah, Rabban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Oh, Captain America. Your duty is done here, adventurer. I will see that the Flame General receives my reply. You travel next to Gridania, yes? Pray give my regards to Elder Seedseer. Oh, and tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables, a private jest and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. Fare you well, Purgatory. May the Navigator guide you on your journey. Okay, so where is the Morabee? Okay, so lower? Is this middle? Intimate bar chatter and high level or high end sophistication. Enjoy music, booze, dancers, gamba, and more. Gamba, huh? It's funny when you hear a word for the first time and then you hear it again the same day. I've the first time I've ever heard the word gamba, which I believe is just short for gambling, was today on a silly video I watched. Again, I work from home, so I have YouTube on my TV, which is kind of behind me over my left shoulder. And alright, that's what, all the way over there. Wow. And I try to find something that's like long. I think I watched at least twice. At least twice now I've watched some guy is a pretty okay. I wouldn't say like it, and I don't want to critique him. I'm sure it took forever to make because it's like a series of like 7-hour videos on various video games that I intend on playing, like the some of the Fallout series and definitely some of the Elder Scrolls. I already have quite a few hours into Elder Scrolls Online, and I really love it. So that's my like go-to. Right now, Elder Scrolls is my go-to, and I have like 30 minutes, and I just want to, kind of get out of real life for 30 minutes. So really enjoy that. What the heck is that thing? Yeah. Am I level synced? What level am I synced to? Oh, 8? You see, that's pretty good. So that... I think we're going the right way. I mean, I like doing quests. I mean, it's an MMO, so... I just want... If they're really terrible XP... Okay, that's 1,000. Yeah, ye be wanting to cross Ashan's embrace? If ye ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather ye hold off for a bell or two. Presently the bridge is in such right confusion of wagons and such, the damn things like to collapse. We expect a bit of congestion, what this being the only bridge connecting the roads from the dry docks to Liminsa. But today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, what in seven hells does Worstmaga think he's playing at deserting his post at a time like this? Do me a favor, would ye, lass? Track down that skittish bugger and tell him to get his arse back to directing the chaos at the embrace. Huh? Where is he? Oh. Do I want to know what he's doing? Bah, 'twas only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. I heard ye, the bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the sufferin'. I can't simply wave me hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out. Now can I? And if I try reasoning with those demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get my head bit off. Listen, if you're not gonna let me be, then can you at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers? Soothe their temper some? That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did some like ESO ones and some Fallout ones, and they're good. And I like them because they're long, and when you're working 12 hours, it's nice to just put something on and not have to worry about it. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold on my temper, if only to see the situation resolved before the moon turns. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold me tongue for a bit. But then, yeah, like, I watched all those, like, a couple of times, actually. I was watching something else today, and, they used the word gamba, and I was like, what did they just say? I'm so old. Gamba. Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down? You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed my directions without all the snapping and snarling, you see. Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, and I appreciate it if you could let Captain Dos Real know I'm back on the job. Okay, whatever you say, sir. Dos Real. Worst Maga is back at his post, is he? Your tongue must be made of silver to accomplish that feat. He can't handle yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived guard training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty at the bridge now that work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Worst Maga better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work. Maybe he should just start Gamba. So if Gamba is gamble, what is gambling? Gamba-ing? Is that it? Hello, fellow kids. I'm here for the Gamba-ing. I think that's what it means. Somebody could just tell me, no, you're even more of an idiot than you than you thought you were. Oh, it was this terrible video, and I'm sure that if anybody knows what's happening in the world of internet culture, I feel like I don't feel like a fraud. I just feel like I'm like a visitor in YouTube, like reality. Okay, where am I going? Okay, I can just go straight. Right? You gonna let me in? Thank you. Hello, fellow kids. But this person, this super famous, I think they're a streamer. Was talking to this other super famous streamer, and the one was being so passive aggressive, and I don't know if the one didn't know or didn't care, but it was one of those voices, and this would have gotten me. Like, I rarely get angry at, I mean, my girlfriend would probably laugh at me saying that, but I rarely get angry at anything. But there's a difference between what, like, somebody saying in the voice of, hey, I disagree with what you're saying. I think that if you look at it in this light, then you may agree with me. Versus somebody being like, oh, you know, I kind of disagree with what you're saying, and if you look at it like in a different light, maybe you'd understand. Like this, like passive aggressive, like, ugh. like lightening your voice up. Oh, I heard that, and like I got angry. The person didn't get angry. Oh, it just boiled my blood. Whenever you try to lighten your voice up into, you know, maybe if you had a little bit more experience, you would know better. It's like, oh shoot, I missed my hunting down jolly merchant slavers. Ah, well, that explains a few things. I was keeping an eye on the bustle about the dry docks, you see. Dry docks, not ducks. When I spied an odd trio off in the distance. This rough-looking sod, one of your pirates, I'd wager, was prodding along the other bloke with this poor skinny lass. I've seen whipped curs less miserable than the two being herded. Last I saw, they were headed south. If what you're saying about this slavery business is true, then the jolly merchant's not going to walk his charges all the way to the market. No, he likely has a boat waiting for him. And if I were a slaver headed south, my vessel would be hidden somewhere along the salt strand. That doesn't leave you much time. You said Jack was on his way, yes? Is it Jackie? Maybe I'll start calling him Jackie. You'd best go on ahead, and I'll point him in the right direction when he gets here. Okay. Why foo-foo? So wait a minute. Is this back out? Am I going back out? Oh, what? Really? pretty far, huh? Like, what is it? It's not pandering, it's, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not pandering. Not placating. I think it's a P word. Patronizing. Very patronizing. Patronizing? Patronizing. Alright, time to kill this mug. Oh no, are we gonna die? I think we're gonna die. You've got like no DPS. I should check how much that heals for. We probably jumped the gun there. Okay. I've never done that one before. I don't believe that one was around back in the day. I don't see a boat. Oh, there's a boat. Swarsent came through for us, eh? Now, what do we got here? This one looks like a charmer. He does. Sodden move, I told ye. Me peg-legged grandma obbles quicker than you. You miserable sacks of shite. That's not very nice. Or maybe you need another thrashing. Is that it? You already forgot what happens when you try me generous patience? I'm sorry, please, no more beatings. We walked as fast as we could, but we need some food and water. Then get in the boat and shut your traps. You'll get fed when we reach the other side. The other side? Where are you taking us? Are you challenging me, or just plain daft? I told you to keep your bleatin' mouth shut. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Leviathan scaly arse. She's weeping again. Listen, we're headed to Aleport, alright? That's where me and my shipmates gather to take stock of the merchandise and decide what gets sold where. You see, some buyers want only lads, while others are looking for lasses. As long as we keep these rich bastards happy, we make more coin than we ever did scrapping with the Empire's war galleys. Not that you care about that, I suppose. What matters to you is that you'll be loaded onto the Jolly Merchantman. sailed off to God knows where, and Limsa will be a distant memory. So if I was you, I'd fill that empty belly with one last big gob full of sweet Lenosian sea breeze. Gahahaha. I'm sore tempted to put a blade twixt his eyes here and now, but that won't get the job done. Now we'll let him guide us to his mates in Aleport, and then we'll mill the whole bloody lot of them. The jolly merchants will get their due. Don't you worry about that. I'm not worried. They've gone. We'd best hurry to Aleport. Unless you have a quicker way, there's a ferry that leaves from Candlekeep Quay. I'll meet you across the water, lass. Where the hell is Candlekeep Quay? Oh, right here. Huh? Oh, so tempted. So tempted by the fate. This is the ferry that's bound for Aleport. Will you be traveling with us? 40 gil. It's a ripoff. Purgatory, that jolly merchant cove still with his captives. Seems they've taken a room under an alias. Hiding their operation in plain sight, bold as brass, aye. But it's an old slaver's trick. See, even if some cull recognizes the merchandise, only a single handler gets boned. The rest of the crew just whistles, all innocent-like, while their mate is marched off to cry cockles. And you can bet they've threatened bloody murder for any prisoner what raises a U and cry. Patience now, lads. We must wait until we're sure that all these black guards arrived. Meanwhile, you better sharpen your stabbers. We've a busy night ahead of us. Ready for the job then? Once the jolly merchants are all here, we'll ambush the sods and set their captives free. Sure. Let's dimber dambers them. Give them the old dimber dambers. That ought to be long enough. We'll just have to hope there ain't any stragglers. Listen closely now, lass. The merchants are disguised as plain old venturers and have settled themselves into 3 separate rooms here in Aleport. How do we whittle which coves are the merchants? Easy. Take a look at the daddles of that bingo swollen cull over yonder. He's wearing lavender gloves, the exact same type what that nasty sod at Saltstrand had on. That'll be how we find each other in a crowd. Of course, it's how I whittled where each of the bastards was staying. Just snilch the hopeless glazes of the company they keep, and you could be sure you found your mark. So here's the job all laid out for you. We hit all 3 common rooms, mill the merchants quick and dirty like, and get those captives their bleeding lives back, all right? Oi, the storeroom door has been forced open. Some thieving sod's been at the ale. Well, they can't have gotten far. Better get the lads and do a sweep of the port. Ugh, was that merchant cove gulping pilfered ale? You'd think they'd be doing their best not to draw attention to themselves, all things considered. Bloody oaths. And now we got a swarm of yellow jackets buzzing about, looking for blood. If they spotted us wandering around in the dark mans... The dark mans? I'll take a pink elephant, I guess. I have a feeling they'll ask first and ask questions later. It'd be best then if the patrols never even knew we was here. We'll slip as sneaky as can into each of the common rooms and use them telltale lavender gloves to identify our marks. There's innocent culls in there as well, mind, so try not to stab any that don't deserve it, eh? I'm thinking we should head out one at a time. Better avoid them yellow jackets, so I'll take the lead after you. Well, he'll take the lead after me? Did I read that wrong? Alright. What happens if these people just enjoy... What happens if these people just enjoy, like, purple gloves? Guy's wife just buys him a pair of lavender gloves for Father's Day. Yeah, honey, I'll wear them today. So I'm going to do all the work here, I'm guessing. Jackie's just going to hang out. So they're only kidnapping Taru, huh? That's weird. I'm free? I suppose so, kiddo. The Yellow Jackets really care about that stolen beer, huh? Somebody stole a mug of beer. That looks like to be the last of them, and you didn't even need any help. No, I didn't. Back into the shadows. Where were you? Oh. Do I help him? I guess I'll help him. My duty is complete. Not a bad night work, eh, Purgatory? The Maelstrom will be taking care of them poor culls we freed, and I've made sure none of the merchants we downed are like to get up again. As for the Jolly Merchantman, well, her crew can expect a visit from the Admiral's finest galleys, and it won't be for tea and crumpets on the poop deck. Oh, he said poop deck. Cool. Right, me natty lass. Our part in this is done. Time to head back to the sisters. Excuse me, are you the one that freed us? Aye, there was something else we could do for you, miss? The Maelstrom swads will take you... What the hell's a swad? Swads will take you home, if that's what you're worried about. Oh, no, I just wanted to... Thank you. Aw. If I may, there is one other thing I wish to tell you. Moments before you rescued me, the dreadful pirate was muttering into his cups something about another raiding party that hadn't made it back yet. I beg your pardon? It seems as they'd been hunting for slaves in Western Alanacia, and being so close to Airport, our captor assumed they were out rounding up chattel until last bell. I just couldn't bear the thought of anyone else suffering as I have. Please, is there naught you could do? There certainly is, miss. You just get yourself safely home and leave this stray pack of jackals to us. I will pray for your success. Thank you again. Eesh. Yeah, so much for savoring a victory pint. I'll send word of this development to Underfoot and the Stray. We've some well-earned trade for the last of these jolly merchants. By the by, how's your throwing arm, Purgatory? I think it's time you learned how to fling a proper blade. When you're outside, out in the wide open roughmans, ye often find the need to sting a cove from a distance. And I'm sure a canny lass like yourself can figure out all sorts of uses for a well-thrown dagger. Just keep in mind for when we hunt down the rest of these slavers. So I have a throwing dagger now, I'm guessing? Oh, that's exactly what it is. Oh, great, I get to talk to him again. Mug. An area attack with a potency. Those last few jolly merchant bastards must be camped out somewhere in western Lonosia. Now, if I was a black-blooded gill-grubbing slaver, where would I be hiding? There's naught to the west but Sahagan pools. Even those bollocks for brain pirates know better than trespass on fishback territory. And they won't want a chance running into patrols near Airport, so just leaves us east. The flock? Aye, they'll be nestled down in the ruins out there amongst the dodos. That's where we'll try to pick up their trail. You head over there and check out the place while I send word to the sisters and the Maelstrom. Okay. Well, we do this. Let's get this bad boy, and I think we're going to call it there. Cool. I don't know. I'm not super enjoying Rogue still, but hopefully Ninja will be better, or we'll enjoy Ninja better. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Until next time. Take it easy, folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.